Part of the reason I majored in biology in the first place is I was so fascinated by how forms in nature emerge. I mean, how do we go from a single cell to an extremely complex functional organism that has intelligence and all of these amazing features? Nervous System is an experimental design studio that works at the intersection of art, science, and technology. So I don't take the practical skills from biology of doing lab work and use that at Nervous System, but probably 70% of the things we do actually start with some sort of just natural process. We don't draw, we don't sculpt, we don't model. Actually, what we do is write computer programs based on processes in nature that generate form and pattern and use those to grow or generate series of objects which can then be digitally fabricated. So one of the projects we're working on with New Balance is a customized 3D printed midsole. The midsole is the component of a running shoe that provides cushioning. So it's the big squishy part on the bottom of the shoe, not the outsole that's like a traction layer on the bottom, but the layer just above that provides cushioning.
There hasn't been a lot of work in 3D printing with soft and flexible materials and things that are really made to move. And a midsole seems very simple, but in fact it has incredible demands on it in terms of the performance and the durability and the feel and also the aesthetic.
What we wanted to do in this project is look at data that has been collected from runners using a pressure sensor that's placed inside of their running shoe that really accurately shows how they apply pressure at different points of their foot during their run, and try and see if we could use that data to create a component that could act as cushioning that would perform better by having more cushioning in areas where they apply more pressure and less cushioning in other areas. We were really inspired by forms in nature that you specifically see in bones and wood. So you have cellular structures which very efficiently fill space and create strong forms, but using a very minimal amount of material, which is important to create a lightweight component for a shoe.
This is an example where we did actually use pressure data to vary the density. So you can see, in this case, this is a 4-foot striker, so they're not really using the heel that much, so we can open that up. In a really high pressure area here, like the 4-foot, we have this very small, kind of dense cell structure. So essentially more material under that part of the foot.
Overall, it was a really interesting project to work on because we normally are working on things that are at the scale of jewelry or housewares. When we work with a larger company like New Balance, we're working on a project that has the potential to impact much larger quantities of people across the world.